Hello everyone and welcome back to Conquer the Frontier here on the New Frontier map with Artemus. We are now in May, which means there's not a whole lot for us to do. We could be doing some new fields. Well, that's not what we're going to be doing today. We have some odd jobs. We do have to get some feed to our chickens. Then we also need to get some feed to our cows, get the rest in that we mixed up. And we have to move the milk, move the slurry. And we plan on getting our silage into the BJ, leaving some for our cows. As we need to generate enough cash to buy new harvesters. Next month should be the first month of harvesting. It would be nice to get some new equipment for that. Then we have the long field that we planted last time. It has some weeds growing in it and we need to get it fertilized. And then we do have some old equipment in our shed still. And we are going to be selling off. Including our old harvesters. So it's very important we get enough cash today. So that we can buy new ones for the harvest. As well as this old rake what we have sitting around here. Maybe this old trailer. Don't use it much anymore. Then our old forage wagon. Our mowers. We have the large mower for the Syrian. So mowing is a quick job. And we have our big windrower as well. Which we're not going to be getting much use out of, as our new mower has a mowing width of 10 meters. And it windrows on its own. So this would only be used for merging swaths of straw. Which will be a useless job once we upgrade our harvesters. So we're getting ahead of it by selling all of that off. And that should have a nice budget ready for a new harvester. First things first, we're gonna hop in the MOG. We're gonna do a bunch of carting jobs. So we'll go ahead and time lapse that. And I will see you when that's all done. There we have the cutting jobs done. Just need to get the mug back to the shed to get this massive weight dropped off. It's needed for those trailers. Seem to be quite heavy on the tongue, so it was really weighing in the back of the mug down so much that the front tires were lifting. So we got our large weight, which has the opposite problem, so it evened out very nicely. But next up we are going to be loading from our bunk into our BGA. We're going to do halvesies on that job. We are leaving a bit for some TMR in case we need it before our next grass harvest. So Artemus is going to do the first stint in the wheel loader. We're going to get this parked up and observe, and then we're going to be swapping over halfway through the job. So I'll see you when that's all done. And that is our bunk emptied as much as we want to. Still need to have some silage for our cows. So next up is the spraying and fertilizing. Now, of course, we have the double setup, so we can do both the weeding and fertilizer spraying done at once, with the different compounds in the front and back tanks, mixing at the nozzle. So we need to get our front set up for that. Get the front loader off and get the New Holland moved out of the way. Then we can move on to the spraying. So I will see you when that's all done. That's the field work finished up. Now we just need to wait for our crops to grow. But next up we are going to be doing a sell-off of our equipment that we no longer need. So we'll start grabbing some stuff and bringing it down to the store to sell. Now we're going to hop in the New Holland here to get started. So we'll get this taken care of and I'll see you then. Alright, that's all the equipment out of a shed that we're not going to need anymore. So we can go ahead and get that sold. And we'll see how much we get for it. That was 158,000 and some change that was just sitting around in our shed. Now some of the stuff we are going to need, like the harvesters, but we do plan on upgrading. That was always known. So hopefully we'll have next time enough to get some decent harvesters that we have our eyes on. And we'll be ready to get to harvesting. But that is all for today. Make sure to check out Artemus' channel, link down in the description. And make sure you don't miss the next episode of Conquering the Frontier.